Cody, your first album was called Headphone Masterpiece, which is kind of self-explanatory. Landing on 100, I've read actually in the bio that it was linked to an expression about telling the truth or something like that. Can you explain it, this
Yes.
Landing on 100 title?
In hip hop, is a constant reference. It's called Keep It 100, which is another version of Keep It Real. That's all it is. So Keep It 100 is the 21st century version of keeping it real. And so I was just playing off of those words, you know. Keep It 100 is basically, you know, keep it truthful, keep it honest. And to me, this body of work is landing on something that's truthful for me. So it was landing on 100.
So that means that it's that there's a part of autobiography in the lyrics.
Absolutely. Some of it is, yes, and some of it is me interpreting other people's stories, other people's experiences, trying to give what I heard and what I observed a voice.
Because, you know, that's, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first one to mention that, but there's, in one song, you know, it starts by, you know, I used to chase women.
It starts with I used to smoke crack back in the day.
Yeah. So, is it autobiographical? Is it someone else's story that you
yes,
take?
That's me giving my family members. I have some family members that still suffer from that addiction. So I wanted to give their story a voice because, you know, my family members and millions of others are still trying to fight through this, you know, demon, so to speak. And, you know, and some people have come out on the other side, all right, you know, and I wanted to talk about how they used to battle this.
The feeling of like the rhythm guitar, the kind of soul guitar, jazz guitar kind of influence, but the kind of soulful rhythm. Being a guitar player, I'm really into that, so like the way Curtis Mayfield might play chords, they're kind of really nice, warm, round sounding tones. I like that, and the sound of the strings were nice. I love it. I mean, that kind of stuff is on my album too, so obviously I'm biased. But so I got a good feeling from listening to it, you know, and there was a message behind it.
To speak about the way your albums were produced and conceived, Cody, I've read that you laid down some of the basic tracks in Memphis, in the studio in Memphis, the Al Green studio, yes. And then went to Cologne with Patrice. Can you tell me about the Memphis? Because was there really, is it just like a studio like any other, or was there a special vibe? Was it a will from you to actually be in these studios?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. And you know, I've told this story in 100 interviews, but 101 is okay.
Like the first time. Always like the first time.
Yeah, yes. Patrice flew to the States because it was going to be too expensive to fly the whole band to Sapau in Cologne. So he wanted to find an analog studio with good rates. And you know, out of New York and Atlanta, Royal Studios in Memphis had the best rates for you know, studios with 2-inch tape. And yeah, so you know, we drove to Memphis from Tallahassee, about 9-hour drive. And yeah, we got there, man, and everybody walked into the place and felt the presence of it, you know, because the acoustic treatments, everything is still in place, you know. And you really felt like you were walking into somewhat of a time capsule. And the energy and the vibe in the place is still there, you know. The partitions where all the different musicians would play, all that, the original partitions are still there. So, and the original vocal booth that Al Green recorded, Let's Stay Together, all those songs are still there. And, you know, everybody, you know, internalized, you know, the history of it, the energy of it. And it came across in the recording. I think it just put everybody in the mindset that, okay, well, you know, there was, you know, great quality work done here. So let's do our best to meet that standard.
The future for the album and your career?
Yes, absolutely, because I didn't write it in a way that it answered market demands. I didn't approach it that way. To me, it's a very human record. So there's content in the record that will always be relevant, you know, to to humanity, because they're just basic fundamental issues and concerns that never seem to die. And that's what that time period allowed me to understand. There's certain things that are constant, and it's just a matter of having maybe a new perspective on it or a new language. But there are just certain things that never change in terms of what we're genuinely concerned about as a human race.
Well, cool. Two human beings, two musicians, and great ones at that. Michael Kiwanuka and Cody Chesnutt. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Miss you.
Tell me something.